Today is the day. It is the season 17 premiere of Sister Wives. It's also the 2-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. Yay! Thank you so much for your support, you guys. It really means the world to me. I can't wait to see where this channel goes. It's so nice to be able to do something that I love to do and engage with you guys. So again, just thank you so much. I decided to scrap the video that I had planned for yesterday and just start fresh today. Topic is still the same though, and this is a trigger warning. We are going to discuss what, in my opinion, is the emotional abuse that Christine has suffered over the last 25 years. So let's talk about it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are a Discovery Plus subscriber, the premiere of season 17 of Sister Wives is already loaded so you can watch it. I guess this is a minor spoiler, but not really. But much of what we see in the first episode of season 17 is everything that has been chopped up into various teaser clips that have come out for the last month. So I don't know. I don't know why they decided to do that, but it is what it is. All I'm going to be discussing today is the teaser clip that we saw where Cody is berating her, telling her what grown-ups do. In case you haven't seen the first episode of season 17 yet, don't worry, I'm not gonna be spoiling anything else. So the meat and potatoes, the focal point of this first episode is this conversation between Christine and Cody. Honestly, it's probably one of the cringiest things I've ever seen on reality TV. I have to admire Christine so much for the grace, the dignity, the calm assertiveness in which she composes herself and conducts herself in this discussion with Cody. I mean, I just have to give it to her. She is, I know that I probably would not be capable of that. Christine's story is very inspiring. I mean, the way she was raised and indoctrinated into this lifestyle, the decades she spent married to Cody, believing she was only worth the time that he was willing to give her, to now she is demanding what every human being deserves. And that's basic common decency. It's a journey that I honestly think will help people in similar situations. So I think it's a very important conversation to have, and I just commend Christine so much for her raw vulnerability. It is so inspiring. Of all the teasers that have been put out leading up to the premiere of season 17, I think that this one was the hardest to watch.
I don't know how to make it function as a family. I don't know how to stay here.
You can grow up and do it. You can go, you get married to somebody else, you can bring them here and they can become part of the family. Grown-ups do that.
You expect me to stay here?
We have kids together. Yeah, I know, it feels like you've poisoned the well for me.
I know you think that. I know you believe that.
But we can still actually salvage the family. Grown-ups make it work for the kids. I don't have to be your lover to be able to be a good parent to our children.
This is emotional abuse, plain and simple. So what is the difference between conflict in a marriage, which is totally typical, happens all the time, and working through conflict is healthy for a relationship? What is the difference between conflict and emotional abuse? Well, safehorizon.org has this to say: to understand emotional abuse, we need to understand the difference between emotional abuse and normal conflict. So conflict is a normal part of any relationship and is a healthy way for two people to express emotions, identify an issue, and have a chance to talk through whatever issue is bothering them. Emotional abuse involves non-physical behavior that belittles another person and can include insults, put-downs, verbal threats, or other tactics that make the victim feel threatened, inferior, ashamed, or degraded. The article on this website also goes on to identify 5 indicators of emotional abuse. The first is that they are hypercritical or judgmental towards you. I think this totally applies to Kody. Have you ever heard someone talk so much about their romantic partner's behavior? Marriage should be a partnership of equals, and Kody elevates himself to this level of infallibility, which is obviously not conducive to a healthy relationship. So number 2, they ignore boundaries or invade your privacy. And we see that with this whole conversation between Robin and Kody, where they essentially discuss Kody harassing Christine in her quest to break free of this marriage, not respecting Christine's boundaries. Number 3, they are possessive and or controlling. We see this in Kody saying he doesn't want Christine to move away from Flagstaff. He wants to have her under his thumb even if they are no longer romantically together. Number 4, they are manipulative. Great example is Kody withdrawing intimacy when Christine has done something that he perceives as either wrong or disloyal. Number 5, they often dismiss your feelings. Kody tries to grasp at this technicality that he didn't say he didn't want an intimate marriage with Christine. He just simply shrugged his shoulders when she asked him if they were ever going to be intimate again. So obviously he doesn't take her feelings seriously because he can only muster a shoulder shrug when Christine is being absolutely vulnerable with him. Christine calls this humiliating, and I have to agree with her. I would be humiliated too. I'm assuming that this is predating the knife in the kidney meltdown that Kody has. So it appears that this is probably going to be as cordial as Kody and Christine are going to be. And what is very evident by all the clips that we've seen thus far, in my opinion, it's very clear that Kody doesn't give a shit about Christine or their marriage. His anger and resentment is coming from a place of a shattered ego. This woman who previously thought that the sun rose and set on this man no longer desires to be in his company or even in the same zip code. Kody talks a lot about the fact that Christine is splitting up the family by moving, and that is not what grown-ups do. A lot of viewers are like, hey, wait a minute. Kody says that if Christine wants to have a boyfriend, if she wants to remarry, cool, kudos to her, but that she should still live in Flagstaff. He doesn't want to be replaced or iced out of his kids' lives, which just on its face is absurd because he has had all the opportunity in the world to be part of his children's lives. And in one of the teaser clips that we saw early on, Christine explains that he sees his kids maybe 3 out of every 800 days. So really, what is the difference between Christine living in Utah and her living in Flagstaff? Kody, you would not be around either way. Also, viewers have been very quick to point out the hypocrisy and, dare I say, projection of Kody in this argument. Kody adopted Robin's kids. He changed their last names, and he had their biological dad's rights terminated. And from everything that we've seen on the show, we can only go based off of what we've seen on the show. The kids liked their biological dad and they had a relationship with him. They even went and spent time with him after they were legally adopted. So should Kody also be channeling some of this energy towards Robin about what grown-ups do? Because Robin has literally done all the things he's accusing Christine of potentially doing. This season is going to be quite explosive if just based on the first episode. Again, an interesting choice in my opinion for the bulk of the episode to already have been put out in various teasers. But honestly, it worked because people are very much anticipating this season. Thank you for all your support, you guys. It has really been so much fun growing this channel over the last 2 years, and I'm so excited to see where this channel goes from here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.